Do you believe in ghosts? No? Well, perhaps not. But then, a week ago, neither did the Howells family, who lived in this house here in Rhondda Street in Swansea. I say lived because so many strange and unexplained things have been happening in the house since Monday that the Howells have been forced to leave. The Howells, Marcia, aged 20, her 25-year-old husband David, and their 2 young children are convinced that the house has been invaded by a poltergeist. Mrs. Howells describes what happened on Monday afternoon.
Well, it was about 5 o'clock in the evening, and I just poured my little girl a cup of tea in my mother's room. I went out the back kitchen, and as I opened the door, this bottle came flying towards me. And of course I shut the door to protect myself. I opened it again and I seen this other bottle. So I just picked up the children and I ran out the house. As I ran out, my husband was coming down the street here, and he ran straight in the house, and by the time he got in there, the place was turned upside down.
What sort of state was the kitchen?
It was terrible. The couch, the TV, everything just thrown in the middle of the room.
Yes.
But nothing happened on Tuesday, but yesterday, it was about 3 o'clock, and I left my mother and the baby in the front room while I went up to school for my little girl. When I came home, my mother was on the doorstep. I asked her what was the matter, and she said that she heard this noise and she couldn't get out the back kitchen because the door was jammed. She could just poke her head in, and seen that it had happened the same as it did on Monday. So with that, I went in the room, I pushed the door open, moved the couch. I looked out the back kitchen, nothing was touched out there. I went upstairs, and when I got upstairs, the bedroom was all upside down. My little boy's cot was underneath the bed. If he'd have been in it, he would have been killed. And I went clean down then, and we came out there and waited for my husband. When my husband came home, before my husband came home, we heard this other noise, but we didn't go in. Then my husband went in, we had a look, and everything in the back kitchen, my stove, everything was chucked about, on the floor.
What was the state of the bedroom?
The bedroom it was a terrible state. Everything, my towel boy, the bed, the cots, everything turned upside down. And even the police, they had to break into the bedroom before they got there.
You called in the police. What did they say?
Well, they haven't got any explanation for it at all, because as I said, it couldn't be nothing human, because how could it get out of the front bedroom down to the kitchen when the police had to break in?
Now, you've moved out of the house for the time being. Will you be moving back?
I'm never going to move back. Never.
Well, what do you think? The police who were called to the house admit that they are completely baffled. And certainly it was no figment of imagination that threw the bottles around the room and turned the bedroom and kitchen into a complete shambles. The question that the neighbours around here are asking now is, could this happen to them?